Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Salatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala ahlihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, inshallah we're going to start soon, in about 5 minutes. Since you guys are the early bird, not early worm, early bird. Because early worms eaten by the bird. So if you have any questions, go ahead. Ask question first. Today we're going to start with the pillars of the articles of faith. Alright. We're going to start with the first one, the articles of faith. So before we start, if you have any questions from the previous class or any questions regarding Chinese New Year, since I'm Chinese now, can ask questions about Chinese New Year. Sorry? The coronavirus, I don't know coronavirus. Don't ask me, I'm not a doctor. Yeah, Chinese New Year, a lot of people say, well, Chinese New Year is a cultural thing. So actually, I got this question every year. A lot of people ask me, Brother Adam, do you celebrate Chinese New Year? Since Chinese New Year is a cultural thing. Well, if you are Chinese, I can tell you there's nothing cultural about Chinese New Year. It's very superstitious and a lot of religious things. Right? Maybe only a few events it is cultural. The rest very much superstitious, and also the Chinese religion, basically, which is the worship idols, the idols worshippers. So yeah, I would say stay away from Chinese New Year, especially when you are not Chinese, right? Right, so if you are revert like myself, Chinese revert, then be careful what you are doing. You know? Because many things are very superstitious, very idols worshipping. Any questions? No? Oh, okay. Sorry? The official days are 15 days. Yeah, 15 days. It starts with the first day, of course, and then the 15 days is what is well known here as Chap Gomei. Chap Gomei is the 15 days, the last day of Chinese New Year. So what they do is within the 15 days there are many events. Like today I think today is the 8th day. Today is the 8th day or yesterday was the 8th day? Any Chinese here now? Let me check. No, today is the 8th day of Chinese New Year, right? So yesterday was the 7th day. So on the 7th day, the Chinese New Year, they will do the Lo Sang, the Lo Hei. I'm sure you've seen the people toast the vegetables. Yeah. No, the Yi Sang. Yeah. So again, this is also a rituals that they do, that they believe on the 7th day that everyone was born. Every human being was born on the 7th day, on the 7th day of Chinese New Year, the resurrections of human beings. So they do the toasting. The rituals is to they toast 7 times, and the higher you goes, and every time they toast, they would chant dua, a prayer, whatever you want. Let's say you want to get rich, then you say fa la fa choy. If you want to get healthy, then you say 身体健康, something like that. So whatever you want, so you toast is a dua that you make. That they believe when they do that, the dua will be answered. Unfortunately, you see Muslims doing it. Yeah, try to stay away. Try to stay away. Try to stay away. Yeah. Try to stay away. Let them do. If they invite you, you say, I'm not Chinese. I'm not Chinese. It's not my perayaan. It's not my celebration. You do your thing. Yeah. Not really. Yeah. Not really. Yeah. No, there's no such thing as when you stay away from people's celebrations or rituals, you are being rude. No. No. Do you feel rude when the Hindus don't join us when we slaughter the cow during Hari Raya Haji? Any Muslim feel rude? Why? Yeah. Understand, and this is why we're trying to educate. And here I'm trying to educate also, because unfortunately Muslims today are very ignorant. We don't know what we're doing, and mostly they say this is a cultural thing. It's nothing cultural. On the ninth day of Chinese New Year, today is the 8th day, right? Tonight, if you stay late, stay late. Don't sleep until midnight. Go out, go to the Chinese house, and see what they do in the midnight. Because on the ninth day, there is a huge ritual. There's a big ritual. They worship the Tian Gong, the god of the sky, the god of Langit, the Tuhan Langit. Go out and see. You will see what they do. And you will know it's nothing cultural. Nothing cultural. Even the Christian Chinese don't do that. Can you imagine? Uh, the Christians, Chinese, they stay away from this. I was a Catholic. We stay away from all this low hei, low sang, yi sang. We stay away from this. So as a Muslims, we should even stay away from that. Sorry. Okay, wishing people Chinese New Year. That would be, like for example, for myself, I'm a Chinese. For me, I cannot run away. For you, you don't have to. Right? You're not Chinese. So what I normally do is I say Happy Chinese New Year. That's all. Because there are many other ways of wishing. There are other ways, which is not really a wish, but it's a dua to them. So like 恭喜发财, it means may you be rich. Because they believe on the first day of Chinese New Year, when they wear red, the god of the fortune would come to their house. And that's why they have to wear red. It's nothing cultural. They have to wear red. I don't give ang pao is a way of ward off evil, and that's why the elder have to give it to the younger. That's how ang pao started. The red packet with the money. This is a blessed money. They believe that will ward off evil for the child. Stay away from sickness. Stay away from. Until today, they give this. They call lai si or ya sui qian. And that's why they still practice this. The elder have to give it to the younger. They don't go the other way around. The young don't give to the old. You Chinese man? Which part of you are Chinese? So, I'm not Chinese. I give ang mo bao. Yeah, but it's not my tradition. I'm not Chinese. Even you say I'm not Chinese. So what? You go ahead, practice whatever you want, right? Well, I mean, you reject it with a nice way. You always say, no, I'm, I'm not Chinese. Yeah. I know. Today, everyone is trying to celebrate everyone's, which I seriously don't understand why. Yeah. Well, we celebrate by enjoying the public holiday, but we don't have to participate in every religion, in all the rituals. So try your best if you can. Yeah, ang pao I don't give. Receive, yes. Give me, mashallah, I take. But I don't give. Yeah, we are allowed to take, but we are not allowed to participate. Gifts. The Prophet ﷺ, he received gifts from the from the from the from the from the. No, okay. I would say if when your colleagues do that to you, you explain to them. You explain to them with your knowledge. You explain to them. You say, well, you can quote me if you want. I have a Chinese friend. She's a Muslim. She tells me this. These are the things. Like for myself. Yeah, yeah. But you don't participate. Like the people who ask you to do it, Are they Muslims? Yeah, tell them, explain to them, don't participate in this. We should stay away. Ask them. Yeah, but I wouldn't think anyone would give you. Is there anyone giving you? No. MashaAllah, rizqi min Allah. For myself, I always take because we are Chinese. Yeah, but I don't participate. Yeah. Just like Christmas exchange gifts, right? If I give you a gift, you don't exchange. Thank you. You you can, but but they won't appreciate. They want the ang pao. Yeah, yeah, no. Stay away. Stay away. Stay away from participating on this. Lakum dinukum waliyadin. Allah taught us that you have your religion, I have my religion. This is the best respect. The highest respect Allah has taught us to respect each other's religion. You do your thing, I do mine. Yeah. There's no such thing as do it together. The Prophet ﷺ, when he preached about worshipping Allah, he told the people during that time, he said, worship Allah. Forget all about your 360 idols. Worship only one God. What did they say? They said, why don't we do a compromise? We worship your Allah one day, you worship my idols one day. In exchange. He said, no. You worship Allah, I don't worship your idols. Then they said, okay. We worship your Allah 1 month. You worship my idols 1 day. Did the Prophet say good deal? No. He said, you worship Allah only. They said, okay. We worship Allah 1 year. You worship our others 1 day. Good deal, right? No, he said. And then Allah revealed the surah. Qul ya ayyuhal kafirun. Until lakum dinukum waliyadin. There's no such thing as doing together. There's no such thing. This is what is taught by Allah and this is taught by the Prophet ﷺ. We invite them only. We don't join them. You join us, we don't join you. Okay? So I hope it's clear about Chinese New Year. So tonight, if you don't sleep, or go to YouTube and type Chinese New Year, the 9th day of Chinese New Year, see what they do. There's nothing cultural about it. Okay, it's not. See? Even then, we know, nothing cultural about that. Lion dance, same thing. All these are the way that. Okay, put it this way. Just to summarize, Chinese, we don't do things just for fun. Okay? We do things to get back something. So when they spend money to hire lion dance, they want something back. Because they know the lion dance can ward off evil, can grant them prosperity. And this is why if you notice, if you watch the lion dance properly, you will see the lion dance towards the end, they will do, this lion dance have to do these 3 things. They have to make sujud to the host 3 times. They have to pray to the host 3 times. And it's a big deal if, and the lion dance have to go to the front of the host to do it. It's a big deal if, let's say you are the strangers and you try to steal the 3 bow. Yeah. The host will very angry with you. Try do that. If it's cultural. It's nothing cultural. It's a big deal. They spend 2,000 ringgit to get that. Because they believe this will give them prosperity, to bless the home, to ward off evil. You want to watch, you can watch, no problem. You want to watch lion dance, no problem. It's not. But we don't hire lion dance to come to our house. So may Allah grant us understanding, grant us tawfiq, hikmah, the wisdom to deal with this. It's difficult if you are Chinese revert like myself. It's difficult. It needs time. Oh, you are not Chinese, easy. I'm not Chinese, I don't celebrate. Right, easy. Well, if everyone says, oh, we do it together, next week, Taibusan is coming. I want to see how many Muslims go there and poke themselves. Who is participating? But ang pao, everyone participate. Huh? Next week, give them hope. Sam, poke yourself. They won't. But Chinese New Year, they give you ang pao, eh? Why? Selective, huh? By years. Okay, let's start. Today, inshallah, we're gonna talk about the 6 pillars of faith. We have 6 articles of faith, or in Bahasa we call it Rukun Iman. Right? Can anyone tell me quickly what are these 6 articles of faith? Number 1, anyone just shout. Believe in Allah. Number 2, not the same person. Number 2, believe in the angels, mashallah. Number 3, so one girl, one boy. Believe in the books, okay? His books, Allah's books, the divine books. In the prophets, all the prophets. Number 4. Number 5, pay the zakat. You are ahead of us. We're talking about the belief here. Number 5, not yet. The brother says divine destiny. Before. Believe in the judgment day, mashallah. And the last one is believe in the divine destination. So yes, so there are 6 articles of faith. As you can tell, these 6 articles of faith, when we say believe, right, it means you believe in the heart. Right? In this class, we teach you about you believe in the heart. In the advanced class, you're going to learn about not only you believe in the heart, but believing in the heart will translate or manifest in actions. Okay? So here in this class, since it's level 1, we talk about belief in the heart. Right? Because why? Because these 6 articles of faith are things that we cannot see. Unseen world. So you have to believe. Right? We talk about believe in Allah. Can you see Allah? Cannot. Number 2, we believe in angels. Can we see angels? Cannot. We believe in the books, the holy books. Can we see the books? No, say, oh, brother, you can see the Quran. Yeah, but this is not the real Quran. I mean, it's Quran, but the real Quran is actually is in Lawhul Mahfuz. Right? All the books actually is in the Lawhul Mahfuz. So we cannot see them. Believe in all the prophets. Can we see the prophets? No, we cannot. Even Prophet Muhammad SAW, he passed away. And then believe in the hereafter. Cannot see the hereafter. And the last one, we believe in the Qadar. Cannot see the Qadar. So all unseen. Hence, it requires belief in the heart. The number 1 requirement, the prerequisite is to believe in the heart. Right? Now, let's talk about believing in Allah. The meaning of belief in Allah. This means firm belief that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exists, resolutely affirming His Lordship, Godship, and names and attributes. So remember these 3, Lordship, Godships, and names and attributes. These 3 things. We're going to discuss about these 3 things. Number 1, before we go into discussing the 3 things, number 1, we believe in the existence of Allah. Allah exists. Anyone has different opinion here? Allah exists. True or false? Anyone has different opinion? Because this is level 1, maybe someone has doubt, you know? No, huh? Okay. The innate disposition to believe in Allah, the fitrah. Okay, we're going to talk about the fitrah. Affirming the existence of Allah is something that is innate in human beings and does not require anything to prove it. Indeed, it is for this reason that most people acknowledge God's existence despite their different religious beliefs We know in our heart of hearts that Allah exists because we always seek His assistance and support in times of hardship, or when a calamity strikes, because of the inner inclination to believe in Him and worship Him, or the fitrah, which He has instilled into us, even though some people attempt to obliterate it or ignore it. The numerous incidents we have heard or seen about people having their prayers answered, their wishes granted, and their distress relief proves beyond any shadow of doubt that Allah does exist. So yes, Allah does exist. But some people say, hey, but we cannot see Allah. How do you prove? Do we really have to see it to believe it? What do you think? Do we have to see it to believe it? We don't have to, right? We don't have to, right? Because just looking at the surrounding, look at the creation, we know that there is a creator. You don't have to see the creator. We know when you look at the cars, we know there must be a creator. Someone invented the car, right? You look at the aeroplane, you know someone invented the aeroplane. Because the aeroplane cannot just be there. The car cannot just be there. Someone invented the car. Even though you never met the man, even though you don't even know, you never heard of his name, you know someone created it, correct or not? So you don't have to see to believe it. And the fitrah, this is what Allah has created us with. The Prophet ﷺ, he told us, Kullu mawlud yuladu ala fitrah. Every child was born with this fitrah. What is this fitrah? The fitrah is something good. Something that when we are born in the pure state. Pure, clean, unseen, no sin. We born pure, and we born in the state where we obey Allah 100%. The baby was born, the infant was born in a way that he obey Allah 100%. And this is why the child, when the child is born, he immediately knows how to breathe. Anyone teach him how to breathe? Immediately. He knows how to cry. He knows how to seek for the breast milk. He knows. When he was in the womb of his mother, he was breathing in the water. Immediately when he was born, he breathed in the air. He changed immediately. If you put the child inside the water, he will die drowning. You know that? You know that? Immediately he changed. Immediately. He is in the state of fitrah. He is in the state, he is living himself in the command of Allah. Allah commands him. He just does whatever Allah asks him. He's pure. And this is why we have that. We come with that. When we grow up, we know. When we are in need, imagine yourself lost in the jungle. Imagine yourself in the middle of the ocean. When the distress button is pressed, you will call upon Allah. You will call Him. You will not say, oh, Jesus. No. Oh, Mama, Papa. No. You will call Him. Oh, God, help me. If you have been in that kind of situation, you will know. Or you have seen people in that situation, you will know. Even though all of his life he worshipped something else, suddenly he was in that situation, he will call upon Allah. He will call, God, help me. You know, every time when we watch movie and you know when doctor cannot do anything, you know what the doctor said? We can only pray, right? Pray. You will call Allah. This is what we call fitrah. The fitrah. This is what Allah has created us. When we were born, we have that fitrah. Unseen. Pure. Why is it important to know that when everyone is born pure? Everyone is born pure. Because there is religion out there saying we human beings born evil. We born with a sin, original sin. It has to be washed out through rituals. No, Islam says human born clean, pure, unseen. And this is why, if in Islam we believe that an infant die will go to paradise, will not go to hellfire. Because what did he do to deserve hellfire? What, born with an original sin? No. This is what we call fitrah. And this is why every Muslims, when we celebrate the first Hari Raya, we call it what? Eid al-Fitr, the celebration of fitrah. Why? Ever wonder? Why is it called the celebration of fitrah? After you fast for 30 days, why did we celebrate the celebrations of fitrah? Why? Because if you fast properly, following the way of the Prophet ﷺ, achieving the objective of fasting, where Allah says, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, Allah says the fasting is prescribed onto us so that we can achieve taqwa. Taqwa means righteousness to Allah, having the conscience of Allah, obey Allah unconditionally. If you fast perfectly in these 30 days, you will return to the state of fitrah, where all your sin will be forgiven. The Prophet ﷺ told us, whoever fasts in the month of Ramadan sincerely for the sake of Allah, all of his sins will be forgiven, and he will be back to the state of fitrah. And this is why only then will you deserve to celebrate the celebrations of fitrah. Then you congratulate everyone. Wow, you're back to fitrah, back to your normal state. And that's why every month of Ramadan, and when we fast, we come out from Ramadan, we as a Muslim supposed to be better than before. Better than before. Not back to the normal. Or worse. We should be better. Better Muslims, better human being, better character, better in wording, speaking to each other. And this is why the Prophet ﷺ said, whoever fasts but did not control his tongue, then Allah doesn't need his fasting. He still backbite, still curse people when he's fasting. What's the point? Fitrah. You go back. If you understand the objective of fasting, you will fast the right way. And this is also why the Prophet ﷺ taught us, when someone pick a fight with you when you're fasting, tell yourself, Inni sa'im, I'm fasting. Remind yourself, I'm fasting, I don't want to pick a fight. That doesn't mean after when you break your fast, you start to fight. No. It means you learn how to control yourself. You learn. You want to achieve fitrah. You want to achieve when you come out from Ramadan, you are in the state that you follow the command of Allah. Allah asks you to do this, you said, I will do it. Allah says, don't do this, I will stay away. Fitrah, right? So this is what Allah has given us. The natural disposition, the innate disposition, that we will always try to worship Allah. And this is also because of fitrah. Human beings are created to always wanting to worship something. Yeah. You want to worship. And of course the best is to worship Allah. And this is why people who refuse to worship Allah, they will worship something else. Because of fitrah, they will worship something, they will find something to worship. We can only look at role models. That's why you see, a human being always seek for a role model. Who is our role model? Role model. Right? You want to follow this guy. Oh, rich dad, poor dad. Robert Kiyosaki. read his book. Wow, he got rich. I want to see how he get rich. I want to follow his footsteps. I want to be rich as well. Right? The desire to worship is always there. And worship doesn't mean you have to do the 5 times prayer, do the formal rituals. No. Worshipping means you take the do's and don'ts from whoever, even from your own self. I'm the one who determine whether this is do's or this is don'ts. This is halal or haram. I'm the one. Then you worship yourself. Simple as that. One of the Sahaba, his name is Adi bin Hatim. He was ex-Christian. He became Muslims. So when Rasulullah he said, the Christians worship their priests and the pastors. And then Adi bin Hatim, he said, no, Rasulullah, no. We don't worship them. We don't worship them. And then the Prophet said, well, did the Christian take the rulings from the pastor and the priest? So whatever the priest says, this is halal, they will do. Or whatever the priest said, this is haram, they will stay away. Did they take the rulings from these people? Yeah, this is worship. No. So for us, we Muslims, we follow Allah. That's what we are trying to achieve. Our fitrah should always go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Proofs. Okay, just look at the pictures. The proofs for Allah's assistance are clear and countless. This picture shows that the man himself is one of the major signs which testify to Allah's assistance. We only need to reflect on the blessings of reasons, the senses and well-proportioned and perfectly designed bodies with which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has endowed us. As the Quran states in Surah Al-Dhariyat, verse 21, there are certainly signs of Allah's assistance in yourselves as well. Do you not then see? Exactly. Right? Even on ourselves, our own body. Right? You cut your hair, the hair will grow back. You cut your fingernail will grow back. You cut your finger, the finger doesn't grow back. These are all signs. Right? All signs. Sleeping, also sign. You know, sleeping, really from Allah. Right? Try to sleep now. Anyone? Can you sleep now? If you can control yourself, sleep now. Sleep now. Cannot do it, right? Same thing, wake up. Sleeping and waking up. You know, every day when we sleep, every day when we wake up, this is a sign that Allah exists. If you reflect upon it, you cannot control. You cannot say, okay, I want to sleep now. I'll sleep. No. Then when you're in the sleep, you say, I want to wake up. You cannot. Sleeping is a sign. Going to the toilet is a sign. Do you know there are people who cannot even cannot urinate? Right? Sometimes it's not, you cannot control. So there are so many signs in ourselves. Only if we reflect upon it, think about it. We cannot even control our blink of our eye. We cannot. Try not to blink. You cannot even control. So there are many signs in ourselves that we can think about. We can reflect upon the existence of Allah. Someone must be in control. Right? Read the Quran, you will see there's so many signs Allah gave us, telling us so many things, the signs. Look at the natural, the sun, the moon, the stars, the time Allah has given us. Every day without fail, 24 hours. Without fail. Even the most precise watch sometimes won't give you exact time, right? But the time pass by, 24 hours a day, never fail. Allah never shortchange us. Every day, 24 hours. Any day, anyone, when you feel like you're only having 22 days, 22 hours or 21 hours, or even 23 hours and 56 minutes. No, every day. The sun every day, guys. The star, the moon, so many things. I'm sure you can think about it. Reflect. Think about yourself. Think about what Allah has created. Everybody inherently acknowledges the laws of causality. That is, everything has a determined cause. The numerous creatures we see around us must have a causative agent. That is undoubtedly Allah, for it is impossible for anything to be created without a creator, just as it is impossible for it to create itself. As the verse states, or were they created out of nothing, or are they creators? This is in Surah At-Tur, Surah 52, Ayat 35. This verse simply means that people were not created without a creator, nor could they have created themselves, which obviously means that it was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who created them. Exactly. So Allah is asking us in the Quran. He's asking us, were you created out of nothing, or did you create yourself? See, he's asking you a double-edged sword question. Either way, the answer is negative. That means what? You know, like when you go to exam, you have a objective questions, right? A, B, C, D. A is not the answer. B is not the answer. You know, your teacher will teach you how to do the method of elimination. Yeah, you eliminate. Oh, A is not the answer. B is not the answer. C is not the answer. Definitely is the D. Same. If you did not create yourself and you did not create it out of nothing, then must be Allah. Allah is the one who created us. The subtly flawless plan in the universe, including its most subtly elements, its heavens, earth, constellations, and trees, among numerous other great marvels and impressive wonders, prove without a doubt that it has one creator who is Allah. As the verse states, this is the handiwork of Allah who has perfected all things. This is in Surah Naml, Surah 27, verse 88. All the stars and planets, for instance, constantly orbit around the respective common center of mass. Exactly. All the things that is created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they all obey Allah. The only difference between us and the rest of the creation, that human beings and jinn, actually there's another creation, jinn. Human beings and jinns, we are created a bit special. Allah gave us the right of choice. So we get to choose. The rest, the animals kingdom, the planet kingdom, the rest of the things, even the angels, they don't have choice. They follow whatever Allah commands them, they do. In other words, they will not commit a sin. But for us, we have a choice. Allah gave us choice. You do this, you get this. You do this, you get that. So we choose. Paradise, hellfire, paradise, hellfire. You choose. Halal, haram, halal, haram. You choose. The rest, no. And that's why the sun will always rise. The sun will not say, you know what, today I don't feel like coming out. No. The animals, they don't choose. They don't, you know, the lion will not come out one day and say, you know what, I want to be a tiger instead. I change myself. Or the cat say, you know what, I don't want to be cat, I want to be dog. I change. No. But human being can. We are given the choice. You can choose. I don't want to be male, I want to be female. I don't want to be female, I want to be male. You can choose. Animals, no. You don't see them. They have no choice. Forever they will be lion. They eat meat. They don't say, no, yeah, I'm on diet today. The lion said, I want to eat veggie. No. The cow said, you know what? I'm a bit tired of veggie. I want to try the meat. No. It doesn't work that way. So for the animal kingdoms, no. They don't have a choice. And this is why reflecting the natural, we would know that the existence of Allah. Allah exists. That's the only difference. That's the only difference. Allah, He has created us differently. He gave us choice. Why? Because when you have a choice and you make the right choice, you do the right thing, that make us greater than the angels. Because the angels can never be able to do that. Even if he wants to commit sin, he cannot, right? Because there is no desire. They will always do whatever Allah asks them to do. But for human being, we are given desires. We're given the choice. So when you are in that situation and you choose the right thing, even though it go against your desire, that makes us greater than the rest of the creation. Does it make sense? We are moving into number 2. Okay, maybe we try to do one section because we may not have the time to do the whole section because number 2 actually quite long, right? So number 2 is believe in Allah's Lordship, or in Arabic we call it Ar-Rububiyyah, the Lordship of Allah. If you study in advanced class, you're going to study about Tawheed, and this is the first category we call Tawheed Ar-Rububiyyah, the Lordship of Allah. The meaning of belief in Allah's Lordship. Number 1, this means to firmly believe that Allah is the Lord, the Creator, the Sustainer, and the Provider of everything. That He is the one who gives life and causes death. That He is the only one who can do harm and good. That all power of decision rests with Him. That in His hands is all good. That He has power over everything. That He has no partner whatsoever in doing all this. So yes, not only Allah He creates, He sustains. He creates us, but He also gives us, He also sustains. He gave us air, oxygen. He created food. He created all kinds of food. The meat, the veggies, the beans, and the grains. He also created this to sustain us. So He created the bird. He also sustained the bird. He created the trees. He sends down rain to water them. Because we don't take water and go to the mountain and water the trees, right? So Allah sustains them. Right? So He is also the sustainer. He's the Ar-Razzaq. He gives us rizq. He gives us whatever we need. He doesn't just leave us. He created us and said, that's it. Do whatever you want to do. No. And He has power over everything. Yeah, He's in control. We are not in control. We will learn this in the last articles of faith. The Qadar, the belief in Qadar. He has all power. He has power over everything, including us. And He is the only one who can do good and harm. He is the one who sends down natural disaster. He is the one who prevents it. He is the one who answers all prayers. All prayers. including the prayers of the non-Muslim. All prayers. That's why they said, oh, how come I worship these idols? My prayers got answered. No, the idol didn't answer your prayer. Allah answered your prayer. Oh. Belief in Allah's Lordship therefore requires a Muslim to believe that Allah is the only creator of everything in the universe. As the Quran states, Allah is the creator of everything. This is in Surah Az-Zumar, verse 62. Man's creativity merely involves such processes as transforming something from one state into another, assembling and building. It does not involve originating creation, creating something out of nothing, or bringing it to life after death. Yeah. So for us, we don't create things. Human being, we don't create. We assemble things, we invent things, we take whatever is already existent, and then we try to build something. This is what human can do. We cannot create. We cannot create life, for example. We cannot. We cannot bring death to life. We cannot resurrect things. But Allah can. Allah is the one who creates. Out of nothing, He can create. How did He do that? Allahu A'lam. Only Allah knows. So we are limited. So from there, we know that we are nobody. Right? Allah is the one who creates everything. He is the only one who provides sustenance to His creation, and no one else can do so. As the Quran states, there is no creature on the earth which is not dependent upon Allah's or His provision. In Surah Al-Hud, verse 6. Yes, no one on earth, no one, no creation that is independent of Allah. We are dependent of Allah. Allah is the only one who does not depend. He is Allahus Samad. As-Samad. As-Samad means He doesn't need anyone. He is self-sustained. Not like us. We need Him. We need Him. Not only human. Every creation needs Him. He is the master and owner of everything. The kingdom of the heavens and the earth and everything in them belongs to Allah. This is in Surah Al-Ma'idah, ayat 120. Yes, everything on earth and in the heavens belongs to Him. Belongs to Allah, not to us. Oh, but Brother Adam, what about I own a car, I own a house, oh, I own a shirt? No, this is just a given by Allah to us. Your question? Yes, brother. Correct. Correct. Very good question. So the brother asked, why would Allah answer the non-Muslims' prayer? Many reasons. Many reasons. One of the reasons is so that they can reflect. So that they can reflect. So that they can one day understand that their idols are not the one that answer their prayers, but it is only Allah. Can be, but there will be people also who think about that and reflect upon it and know that actually the idols cannot do anything. So answering their prayers is, there are many reasons. Okay, the second reason is because Allah created them, so Allah sustained them, so Allah give them whatever they ask for in this world, but not in the hereafter. So in this world, if they ask, they will be given. They will be given. Because it is still, they are still created by Allah. So Allah will still answer their prayers in this world only, not in the hereafter. Mm-hmm. No. The shaitan, no. Okay? No, okay. Like say for example, if you pray for something bad happen to another person, right? The cause of that happening, okay, we will discuss this in the 6 articles of faith, the Qadar of Allah. But to answer you short, in short answer, no, the shaitan, they don't answer these prayers, the shaitan. But the shaitan can make something bad things happen to the other person. Like for example, if you go to this person, like you say, can you pray something to go to the ball more, for example, right? You say, okay, can you do something, and then something bad will happen to this person. The real black magician, right? The black magician, they will cooperate with the shaitan, the jinn. So the jinn will help him to do something bad on the other person. So it feels like the prayers are answered. You understand? Like you, okay, can you do something bad onto him? So the jinn will go and disturb this person. So it feels like the answer is the prayer is answered. He's not answering the prayer. He's just correct. Exactly. The, say again? Okay, let's say for example, a non-Muslim, he will ask, oh God, whatever, please give me more money. Then Allah will give him money. Allah is the one who give him money. But to say, okay, can you please harm this person? When he goes to the black magician will work with the jinn, and the jinn will do something upon this person. So it's not like the answer is answered, the prayer is answered by Allah, but it is because of the work of the shaitan, the work of the jinn. So it is as if he said, oh, my prayers are answered. No, it is not really. It was actually the work of the shaitan. Because black magic is a different chapters. You go into that chapters, you will know there is a lot of real cooperation between human being and the jinn. That they will work together to make things worse. Yeah. All right. So where are we now? He is the sole ruler who regulates all affairs of the universe. He directs the whole affair from heaven to earth. This is Surah As-Sajdah, ayah number 5. Man's management of these worldly affairs is rather limited and depends on whatever material is at his disposal. Besides, in so doing, he can either meet with success or experience failure. However, Allah's regulations of the affairs of the universe is comprehensive and is bound to be effectual, so there is nothing that would otherwise thwart it in any way. As the Quran states, both creation and command belong to Him. Blessed be Allah, the Lord of all the worlds. This is in Surah Al-A'raf, verse 55. So yes, so Allah directs all affairs. Anything that happens on earth, Allah is the one in control. Again, we will discuss this in the 6 articles of faith. Because I'm sure you will say, then if Allah directs everything, that means bad things also caused by Allah. Well, in a way, yes. The short answer is yes, but it is also the choice of the human being. So we will discuss this in the articles of faith of the belief in Qadar. Right? So yes, everything. Allah controls everything. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. The Prophet ﷺ said there is no real power except the power of Allah. So yes, we are given choice to do something, but for that actions to happen, it is because of Allah. Allah, He creates the actions, right? So He regulates everything, all affairs, bad or good. It was all in control by Allah. So I'm going to stop here because this is a long section. Inshallah, we'll continue next week. Any questions before we end? No questions. Any questions? Any questions? Brothers, yes, brother. What is the difference between these pillars of faith and the pillars of Islam? What's the difference? Okay, very good questions. The six pillars of faith, or we call it the six articles of faith. These are the articles that require us to believe. The five pillars of Islam, the other one is five, not six. The five pillars of Islam requires us to do something. Like what you mentioned just now. To pay the zakah, we have to do something. We have to pray 5 times a day, for example. To declare the shahada, something that we have to do. Right? To go for hajj, to fast in the month of Ramadan. These are the five pillars of Islam. Right? These five pillars of Islam all require action, not just belief. So the six articles of faith, it has to be belief in the heart. So once you believe, then Allah says, then you have to do something. To prove that you really believe, then we have to do something. And this is when the five pillars of Islam comes along. Then you do the five pillars of Islam. And actually there's another one. Actually it's called the pillar of ikhlas. Then we have to do it for the sake of Allah. Purely for the sake of Allah. So you believe purely for the sake of Allah, and you do it for the sake of Allah, sincerely for Allah, then Allah promises paradise. Okay? Does it answer your question? Any other questions? One last question. Any questions? Chinese New Year question? No. No questions? Shy to ask? Oh, missed the beginning. I don't give. Because as we know, you know what is ang pao. Ang pao is the 利是 or 压岁钱. It's something that we give to ward off evil, right? To wish for good luck, right? So we don't give. But people give you, you take, no problem. Yes. Yes, brother. Oh, so another, you missed the beginning part. Yeah, a lot of people say Chinese New Year is cultural. But actually, Chinese New Year is very much ritual. A lot of superstitions and a lot of rituals. So if you, tonight, if you can stay late, like on the 9th day of Chinese New Year, the Chinese would worship the Tian Gong. Tian Gong is the god of sky. So if you stay up tonight, in the middle of the night, you will see what they do. Then you tell me whether it's cultural or ritual. Okay? So yeah, actually, except one thing, except maybe the reunion dinner. Reunion dinner is cultural. Yeah. Reunion dinner, reunion dinner is cultural. It's just gather around to eat. Yeah. The rest is very much rituals or superstitious. So I would advise stay away, especially when you are not Chinese.
Brother.
Yes. Question.
Okay, so sorry.
Okay. Yes. Slowly, yeah. So if you are Chinese revert, right? Uh, give some time. Yeah. It took me time also to educate my family members. Yeah. No, you will actually you will know. You will know. You are if you are Chinese, you know. You know, like for example, the first day of Chinese New Year, they don't sweep. They don't sweep. You know, they don't even vacuum because they believe if you sweep on the first day of. Oh, okay. Sorry. About the class, not about Chinese New Year. Okay. Okay. Go to level 2. After this is level 2. Level 2, advanced class. So there will be, are you new? Just continue, yeah. Basically, because new Muslim class has two classes, the 11 to 12, 12 to 1. The 12 to 1 is the advanced class. Yeah, just continue. Any other questions before we end?
Brother.
Yes.
Chinese New Year question.
Chinese New Year question.
Right. So since it is there's quite a number of rituals in Chinese New Year. How about wishing someone Chinese New Year for non-Muslims? I mean, so for Muslims to say Happy New Year or Happy Chinese New Year.
Like I say, I think I mentioned it just now. Like I say, if you're not Chinese, just stay away. Just stay away. Yeah, just stay away. If you're not Chinese, but if you're a Chinese Muslim, that becomes difficult. Like for myself, then it becomes difficult. Right? So, because I meet with families and friends, right? So what do I do? And then friends also call me, 恭喜發財, 恭喜發財. So normally I'll make a joke about it. But if you just say 新年快樂, meaning like Happy Chinese New Year, then yeah, there's no harm. Then I just say yeah, Happy Chinese New Year, no problem. But if they say something else, then it depends. Depends what they say. Depends what they say. So you have to judge by the occasions. But if you're not Chinese, just stay away. Yeah. Exactly. 唔好得罪人哋 means you don't want to be rude lah. Because we are Chinese Muslim, then it's difficult, right? But if you are not Chinese, very easy. Stay away only. No. How many Chinese here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay lah. Okay. I ask Allah to grant us steadfast paying all that. Paying all that. Pay. So, 叫 Allah paying all that. So we ask Allah to grant us steadfastness in searching the true understanding of this religion, and grant us the willpower to implement what we have learned. For indeed, knowledge without action is like a tree not bearing fruit, right? So let us all try to put some effort to practice what we have learned. Right? Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.